Hey everyone, Cody Evans here, professional speaker and relationship coach, here to bring you another tip so that you can build the relationships that matter the most. I'm currently rereading Jeffrey Gitomer's book, The Little Red Book of Selling. And as I was reading it this morning, I came across a section where he was talking about why people buy. And he said that we probably think that we know why people are buying, but in reality, we actually don't. And so what he did is he did a survey, a poll of different clients that he had and surveyed about 100 of them to really get down to the root, the core of why people do buy. And then he outlined that in his book. Well, as he was talking about that, it really got me thinking. It got me thinking about communication. He was using communication to get answers from his clients so that he can become a better seller. And I think that we can definitely apply this principle in our relationships. Well, when you continue down that line of thought that Jeffrey has in his books, what he does is he shows proof of how we have no clue about what the customer is actually thinking or why they buy. And he tells us 5 different things that we can look at. So I want you to take a moment and think about that time when you had a disagreement with your spouse or a disagreement with somebody significant in your life, and you were left wondering, gee, I have no idea where that's coming from. Why are they reacting that way? Well, it goes back to communication. And so what I want to do today is provide for you a few tips, a few things, clues that you can look at to see if you need to communicate a little bit more effectively so that you can get to the root of what's going on. Okay, so the first clue is that they keep getting upset about the same thing over and over, and you don't know why. The second one is that you're getting resistance for something that you want to do. Number 3, you're finding that they are overreacting to something that you think might be relatively small. Number 4, they say that you don't listen. And number 5, and probably the most telltale of them all, is that they keep saying that you don't know them. So if you hear any of these 5 things from someone that you care about, whether it be a spouse, a partner, a friend, then it's time to perhaps communicate in order to find out where this is coming from and how to bridge the gap so that they no longer think that. And one of the easiest things that you can do in order to get answers is to simply ask questions. Too many times we're making communication complicated. And if we just stop and start asking questions, even if they don't seem like they're good questions, at least they can get you closer to answers. Because if we're not asking questions and we're just making assumptions, then oftentimes we're probably going to get the same result. So I encourage you, take the time to ask the questions. You've probably heard the saying, the quality of your question dictates the quality of your answers. Well, that really is true to some degree. So when we talk about asking questions, I encourage you to go in with an open mind. You don't want to create bias or have judgment with that question when you're asking it. Because when you go in with that type of presence, then it's going to put people on the defensive. But if you go in and ask questions with the open mind and willingness to learn where the issue is coming from and trying to support them in whatever they're needing, then I promise you're going to get a very different outcome. So here's the final takeaway. You may think you know why somebody is doing what they're doing. But oftentimes, if we haven't done the research, if we haven't asked the right questions, if we haven't communicated effectively enough, we really don't know the real answer. So just like Jeffrey Gitomer, go out there, do the research, ask the questions so that you can get the person to provide you with the solutions that will help you solve the problems. As always, I hope this has been helpful for you, and I look forward to hearing about what questions you asked so that you can make your connections count. Until next time.